Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about 3 things that weakens your spiritual growth. 3 things that you need to avoid if you want to grow spiritually. Now, these things do not always shout, but they always steal. Before we proceed, please like this video and please subscribe so that this video can get to a greater number of people so that they can also be getting the revelation you're about to get now. Like I said earlier, these things do not always shout, but they will always steal. And if you're not careful, they will rob you of that closeness that God desires with you. The first thing that will silently choke your spiritual growth with the Lord is pride. Pride says, I don't need help. It blocks you from receiving correction, from depending on God, and even connecting with others. The Bible says in James 4 verse 6, the Bible says, God resists the proud and gives grace to the humble. Spiritual growth requires humility. The ability to say, God, I don't have it all together. God, I need your help. God, I need you. You must self-examine yourself. If you have been praying, you have been doing things, but it looks like it's a struggle, then you might need to self-examine and reflect on your life. Is there any way I have been prideful? Is there any way I've allowed pride get the better of me? Make sure you self-examine and self-reflect. Now, what is pride? Pride is simply believing that you are better at a thing than somebody else, that you are better than somebody else in a very condescending way. When you look down on people, that's pride. And you must understand that God resists the proud and exalts the humble. If you want to grow spiritually this year, then you must understand that you cannot have any relationship with pride. So self-examine, self-reflect, and ask the Lord to help you. If you notice any trace of pride in you, if you notice any condescending trait in you that wants to make you lift up your shoulder above and believe that you don't need God, then you need to deal with it. Ask the Lord for help. The second thing that will silently choke your spiritual growth with the Lord is disobedience. Sometimes we know what God is asking us to do, but we hesitate, we delay, or sometimes we even walk away. Partial obedience is still disobedience. Imagine that God is saying, clear a particular field. I'm giving an example, an illustration, and then you just clear the surface or just the front. You don't get to the middle. That's still like disobedience, because obedience is total. When God is asking you to do something, you do it in the totality of it all. You don't say, I am going to do this and do this later or something, because many times when you delay, you discover that you don't end up doing that thing anymore. Partial obedience is still disobedience. One thing that might silently be choking your walk with God is the fact that you have not obeyed the instructions that God has been giving you in time past, and you are waiting for other instructions. You must understand this, that if you want a fruitful walk with God, you must understand the place of obedience in your walk with God. You cannot afford to be disobedient and not adhere to what God is telling you to do at that point in time. Disobedience over time will harden the heart. So if you discover that this is something that has been inherent, or this is something that has been coming up more often, then you need to deal with it. Ask the Lord to help you. The Bible says in John 14 verse 15, it says, Jesus said, if you love me, keep my commandments. When we obey, even when it is uncomfortable, we grow and we become more like him. Delayed obedience equals to delayed destiny. If you have discovered that you should not be where you are at that point in time, go back to your books, go back to your notes. What has God asked me to do that I have not done yet? What is that thing that has been impressing in your heart for you to do? It might be that nudging to do that which God has asked you to do. So in the time past, what has God called you to do? What has God said to you to do? What has God commissioned you to do? Some of you will need to go back and refresh your notes. All those things that you have written down, all those visions that you have had, what is God telling me to do? And begin to act in swift obedience. If you notice that disobedience is a trait you have been noticing in your life, then you need to ask the Lord for help. The third thing that will silently choke your spiritual growth with God is bitterness. Bitterness is unforgiveness with roots. It grows deep, infecting your heart, your mind, and even your worship. Hebrews 12 verse 15 warns us. It says, see to it that no bitter root grows up to cause trouble and defile others. Bitterness keeps you stuck in the past, but forgiveness frees your future. Let it go and let God heal it. Bitterness is a dangerous enemy. You cannot have a fruitful walk with God if you keep bitterness in your heart. You keep hurting, you keep bleeding on others. Because when you are bitter towards a particular person, you might transfer that aggression to other people and begin to bleed on others, and you don't want that. If you want a very effective and fruitful walk with the Lord, then you must learn to keep bitterness at bay. Learn to make sure that it is not even found where you are. It is not found in your dwelling. It's not found in your heart. It's not found anywhere around you. So if you notice that this is a character trait that you have been carrying around, then you need to ask the Lord for help. Here is the truth. Pride blinds, disobedience blocks, and bitterness binds. But humility, obedience, and forgiveness, they unlock growth, freedom, and intimacy with God. Safe Haven is your reminder. You are not alone on this journey. God is ready to help you grow. You just have to surrender the things that hold you back. So please, tag somebody who needs this. Save this for later. Leave a comment if this video has been of any help to you. Share this video to other people so that they can also be getting the revelation you just got. And please do not forget to subscribe. Do not also forget to hit the notification bell to be notified every time a new video is posted. I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.